requirement that every employee needs to have in order to accept a company?
Oh wow. Big requirement for employees to agree.
Yeah.
What?
A basic requirement that every employee needs to have in order to accept a job.
In order to what?
Accept a job.
To accept a job.
Yeah.
I think you need like good agreements on like on the salary, on the working conditions, on
I think it's important the salary. The most important thing.
the most important thing is to make good agreements on like all the things you're saying. It's pretty bad if like after a while it turns out that they have a different point of view on the things you want and the company wants, and it's very good to write it down and make it very clear what's going and what you want, what they want, what you want, and I think that's very important.
You have interests in common with the other companies. It's important for you that your interests are the same with the person who's going to work with you.
Sure, yeah, it's very important. Yeah, because otherwise it's not going to work out. You have to be like on the same line with them. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah, you're right. Well, I have another question for you. Is it important to have health and hospital care, or do you prefer to have flexible working hours?
What was the first? I heard something about hospital.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like is healthcare more important than?
Flexible working hours.
Oh, that's kind of a strange comparison. I think healthcare is very important, but flexible working hours.
But if you have to choose one of them, what would you choose?
I guess good healthcare. Like I think health is probably the most important thing in life, isn't it?
And do you have it?
I'm a student, so I only sometimes work.
Well, another question is, in your job, do you take the initiative for improving some projects at work? Do you?
Yeah. Like in the job we used to have, like, yeah, sure.
Do you would like to propose some new creative things that can make better the work?
Sure, yeah, that's what it's all about. Like, it's always about like you can just go on like the way it's used to be, but it's and I think the company will appreciate it too if you show initiative and if you show like you want you have good ideas and you are creative, then you can improve the company and it's good for you and it's good for the company. So basically, yeah, like you have ambition, you have ideas, you can like go further, and if you don't have that, like you always stay like in the same, and the company will stay the same, and it's a competitive world now. Like all the countries are like working very hard, and if you wanna get better, then you need new ideas. You need to be creative, so it's very important to do that.
Well, we have a final question, but have you ever worked?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel when you receive your first salary? How did you feel when you received your first salary?
Oh, that's a good feeling. Yeah, it's a good feeling because I can travel now with salary.
Like independent?
Yeah. It's a good feeling. Because you make it yourself. Like you used to have like money from your parents and or from the government, and it's good to it gives like more. It's a much better feeling to have the money you make yourself. Yeah, it feels better. I think it's good. I think it's very good for people to really make money and to really do something, to work and to do that. So yeah.
Well, thanks a lot for your time.
For you, what's that basic requirement that every employee need to have in order to accept a job?
They'd be reliable and on time, and the boss needs to be a nice person.
Do you think salary is important for them?
Yeah.
Another question is, is it more important that the job offers you as a priority health and care or flexible working hours?
Flexible working hours.
Why?
In case you're a parent and you need to spend time with your family, and you need to be able to enjoy life as well, not just work.
You think that's more important than hospital care and health?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
In your job, do you take initiative of improving projects at work? So I mean that propose new creative new ideas to make that work better.
Well, I don't actually have a job anymore, but yeah, I used to. Yeah.
But do you feel some benefit, satisfaction to make yourself?
Yeah, definitely. Feel more valuable.
And finally, how do you feel when you receive your first salary? If you in your first job,
Happy, excited.
Satisfaction.
Yeah.
free maybe, free.
Yeah, definitely.
Depends.
Did you spend it?
Independent.
Did you spend it or you save it with the money? Did you save the money?
Yeah. I saved my money and then spent it here.
Good chance. Okay.
Thanks for your
Well,
time.
thank you very much.
Talk later.
What's your name?
Tucker.
Tucker. Alejandra.
I'm Andrea.
I'm Luis.
And we are the students from ICPNA. It's an institute here in Lima of English. And we have an assignment that is to interview foreign people about job priorities.
Okay.
So the first question is, for you, what's that basic requirement that any employee need to have in order to accept a job?
You mean a foreign employee?
Yeah.
There's two main things. I mean, you need to be able to speak very good English would be the first thing. And the other one I find is often lacking is the ability to write well. There are many people that speak English as a first language that can't write English well, but many times in my business, the first contact is through email, and if you can't write well, then people lose respect for you. Or either they think you made a lot of mistakes and you didn't take time, or you just can't write well. Unfortunately, computer skills are important today. The other one is people just that are funny and passionate about what they do. You know, I run my own company and I can teach you how to do anything as long as you want to learn how to do it. But if you're not passionate about it and don't care, it doesn't matter. I won't hire you. So.
Another question is, in your work, any work, what do you prefer? Health priorities, or maybe that the job offers you flexible working hours?
The first one was health benefits.
Yeah, and the other one is flexible working hours.
Which would I prefer?
Yeah.
Flexible working hours.
Yeah.
Why?
Because there's nothing worse than knowing you have to be at work at 9 a.m. in the morning and knowing you're going to show up at 9:03 and have someone yell at you. If you know you can show up at, like my brother's job, for example, he is on flexible hours. So if in the morning he wants to go surfing or go rock climbing and wake up at 5 in the morning and, he can show up at the office at 10. He can show up one day at 7 and one day at 10.
And you have that too.
I run my own company, so I can do whatever I want. but I can't be late for a meeting.
Yeah.
But flexible hours is better.
Yeah.
Now, I run a health food company. I don't get sick very much, so maybe if you had a health issue, healthcare is very important too.
Yes.
I think flexible hours makes you less stressed and less likely to get sick.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, in your job, do you take the initiative for improving projects at work?
Sorry, one more time.
At work and your job, do you take the initiative for improving projects, to propose new things, creative things
Oh yeah.
to make better the work?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's the whole idea,
Do you
So-
feel some benefit for yourself?
Yeah, for sure. A big part of my work is to do fines sin lucro, to do non-profit work. So it's the synergy between for-profit and non-profit, and use the profit to fund the non-profit. That's the model of my business.
And finally, how do you feel when you receive your first salary, your first job?
Yeah, it feels really good.
Do you feel like free or independent?
Not necessarily, but it definitely feels definitely feels good to totally like, spend your own money or be self-sufficient.
And do you spend it at home or you save? Did you save it?
I save it. I've been
Okay.
traveling for 5 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
good inversion.
So,
Well, thank you for your time.
yeah, you're very welcome. Good.